Is it a good idea to purchase the MSI Gaming Trio OC version of the RTX 5090? Let's find out. The main thing you should keep in mind is this graphics card's sheer size. It is absolutely massive. In terms of thickness, it is roughly 4 slots thick. But that's not the main issue. It's the length of this card. Take a look at this. 356 millimeters long, and it is almost 150 millimeters high, which means that you might have trouble fitting this card into most mid-tower PC cases. You have to purchase something like this one here with a lot of space for the GPU. Yeah? In terms of aesthetics, it is nothing special really, just your regular gaming card. Plastic shroud over here at the top with a metal backplate. There's a huge cutout here to improve airflow, and I must say that this MSI logo does look nice. Just check out those colors. There's also a logo on the side here. I'll show you a little bit later on. It lights up. There's more LEDs hidden underneath this smoky plastic. There's 3 strips over there and 3 down here. The heatsink is absolutely massive. Just have a look how many heat pipes there are. Plenty. They pierce through the heatsink over here and to the left side as well. And the heat plate is covering the memory modules as well, so that gets cooling, which is nice. The power delivery components are also cooled actively on both sides. That's good. The GPU has dual BIOS, silent and gaming. Out of the box, it is set to silent. The power is delivered via a single 16-pin power connector located at the top, roughly in the middle of the GPU. And the PCB is relatively short. It ends right here, which enabled MSI to include such a massive cutout at the back here to improve airflow. In terms of display connectivity, this card features all the latest display connections. 3 DisplayPort 2.1b and 1 HDMI 2.1b. In the box, along with the GPU, you will find an adapter for 8-pin to 1 16-pin, as well as the GPU support stand. It's not a particularly crazy quality. It is plastic, but it is sturdy. And there's rubber at the top here, rubber at the bottom, with a magnet. It's a strong magnet, so that's good. Despite its immense size, it doesn't look like this graphics card actually needs that GPU support stand. There is no sag at all. The weight is distributed really well. Take a look at that. It is nice and straight, so I'm not using that GPU stand. I feel like it's not necessary. And take a look at the LED lights. There's that logo on the side. So if you have a fish tank PC case like this one here, it is a nice touch. That logo will be visible. And in terms of other LEDs, there they are, nicely diffused by that smoky plastic. I think that the gaming trio looks pretty nice as part of the PC build. Check it out. And by the way, if you're interested in any of the products featured in this video, you can find them on Amazon at the links in the description below. In terms of power consumption, this card is not shy at all. It can easily suck down 575 watts, sometimes even exceeding that in worst case scenarios. The MSI Gaming Trio is indeed rated for 575 watts. It is recommended to have at least a 1000 watt power supply to feed this beast. However, it must be noted that this is the worst case scenario pretty much, and the power draw will not stay as high in other games or using other settings. For example, we are now using native 4K resolution maxed out settings with ray tracing in Cyberpunk 2077, and that's why the power draw is so high. However, as you may have noticed, we had something like 30 FPS. Yeah? 30 plus FPS. That is not how we're playing this game, right? So if we normalize it and select DLSS balanced, make the GPU display above 60 FPS, in this particular case 73, 74, as you can see, the power draw is slightly lower. It is now 530 to 540 watts. It is still quite high, and this GPU will fill your room with hot air really quickly. Now let's talk about thermals and noise level. The graphics card is currently set to silent mode. This is the way it comes out of the box. The room is at 22 degrees Celsius, and that is, hold on a second, 71.6 Fahrenheit, 71.8 actually. Using real-world settings that allows us to play the game at above 60 FPS, here's what we have. Power consumption, 530 watts. The GPU temperature is at around 70-ish. And the GPU fan is at 1650 RPM-ish. Sometimes it drops below. Yeah, there we go. Let's listen in using the wireless microphone. I feel like this kind of noise is still acceptable. I can still play games using speakers without issues, but it is still a little bit more noisy than what I like. And it's not only because of the GPU. All other fans have to work harder as well, because all that heat that is generated by the GPU has to be removed from the case, and it's a lot of heat. Well above 500 watts. Now let's switch to the gaming mode to see how different that is. Ensure that your PC is turned off before you do that. Surprisingly, the gaming mode on the GPU works pretty much exactly the same as quiet mode. The performance is the same. The power draw is still at around 530 watts, and the temperature is at 70-ish degrees. GPU fan speed 1650 RPM. Yeah, I don't see any difference between silent and gaming modes. At least not in the real world testing that we are doing here. I was expecting at least something like higher fan speed or a little bit more FPS, maybe higher power draw, but no, it's pretty much the same. Oh, and the noise level is very similar, so I don't see any difference between the two modes. You can use whichever one you want, just leave it on silent as it comes out of the box. In terms of gaming performance, the RTX 5090 is the best GPU the money can buy right now. It can do 4K, ultra-wide, ray tracing, path tracing. It has 32 gigabytes of memory, so you don't have to worry about running out of video memory ever again. I've done several videos extensively testing this RTX 5090 in various resolutions. I'll link them in the description below. Check out those videos if you want to learn more about the performance of this card in the latest games. In conclusion, the MSI Gaming Trio RTX 5090 is an okay graphics card to buy. It's not particularly fantastic in terms of noise levels. Thermals are absolutely fine, performance is great. I would say that this is just an average choice for the graphics card. You can't really go wrong with it. If you can find it at a decent price, then sure, go for it. There's no reason to spend that much more money on a much more expensive graphics card version of the 5090 with better cooling. It is not going to blow your eardrums out. It sounds fine. Even when using speakers, it is absolutely okay. And if you're using headphones, then you don't have to worry about noise at all. Let me know what you think about this graphics card in the comments below. And if you're interested in any of the products featured in this video, you can find them on Amazon at the links in the description below. If you found this video helpful, then don't forget to reward my work with a like. It helps out a lot, shows your appreciation, and subscribe for more if you haven't already. It was I, Vadim. Until next time.